So in our time in France, we have learned that a traditional Sunday lunch consists of a roast chicken and potatoes. If you go to the open air markets on Saturday or Sunday, you will find a lot of vendors that sell rotisserie chicken with their potatoes roasting at the bottom of the rotisserie, and it always smells so good. But today, I don't have a rotisserie here, but I'm going to do a roast chicken in the oven, and so we're just going to get started. I have already some potatoes that are cut up on my pan, and I put them all together because I'm going to rest my chicken on top. I have a 3.5 pound chicken, and I'm just going to stuff it with lemon and garlic. So I've just cut these two items in half, and we're going to stick that in there. I also have some herbs from the garden, and I'm going to use just maybe 2 stems of thyme. I'm going to put that in the chicken as well. My oregano fell out. I'm not going to use that today. And I found very convenient actually is that they leave a little bit of the chicken leg on the drumsticks. So I noticed that they had actually tucked it in when I was taking it out to wash. And then that way I don't have to tie a string around the drumsticks to keep everything inside. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I'm just going to cut off the wings, because when I roast my chicken, I like to roast it on each side first and then on the breast side so that it evenly browns. So I'm just going to cut off the chicken wings and put them on the side. I did a good job. So I'm just going to salt my chicken now. I have to salt the inside, so I'm just going to pour some salt in there. And stick my leg back in. Make sure the wings get a little bit of salt as well. And I'm going to wash my hands before I touch anything else. And pepper. Okay, I have some butter that I wanted at room temperature, which it isn't, but it will do. It's soft enough to mold. And I'm just going to put it on the chicken. If it was room temperature, you can kind of just mush it all over the chicken. You know, some people like to stick it under the skin, but it's fine if you don't. I had about how much butter? About 6 tablespoons, and I'm also going to put some here on my potatoes. Okay, I'm just going to put it on its side. It's not really, doesn't look very convenient, but it'll be evenly roasted. And we'll just set the wings kind of on the side here. And the wings will be done sooner than the rest of the chicken, but we'll be flipping the chicken every 20 minutes or so. I'm using a convection oven, so changing the time of cooking for convection ovens is to decrease it by 25%. So I'm going to leave it in for 15 minutes, but if you're using a conventional oven, just leave it in there for 20 minutes per side. Okay, let's get this into the oven. I'm just gonna roll my olive oil. I'm gonna wash my hands and I'm gonna pour some olive oil on top. Generally at home, I use grapeseed oil because it has a higher burn temperature than butter. But here I only have olive oil, so I'm just going to drizzle some of that over the chicken so that the butter doesn't actually burn. Hopefully this will work just as well. Okay, let's go. So it's been 15 minutes. I'm going to flip the bird over. You can tell, but I'm going to pull it out anyways. It's nicely roasted, nicely brown on one side, and I'm going to turn the bird over. So much for my legs sticking in. See if I can flip it over this way. I'm going to turn my wings over as well. And all the juices is being cooked into the potatoes, so that will be very tasty. I'm putting it in for another 15 minutes. So I'm not used to using a convection oven, but it seems to be cooking much faster than I anticipated. And the breast looks pretty roasted already as it is, but I am going to put it back in there for another 10 minutes, I think. Try to flip it over last time. I took the wings out because those are ready, and the kids really enjoy the wings, so that'll be good. Moving the potatoes back around. Okay, 10 more minutes. So I've actually only put it in for another 5 minutes because I'm using the convection oven. And I think it's ready now. I'm going to cut into this leg here. Sure the juices are actually running clear. Yep, the juices are clear here. And we're gonna let it rest for a few minutes while I finish my green beans, and we will carve into it. So first I'm going to remove the leg. Ooh, look how crispy that skin is. See how juicy that is? Can you see? It's gonna be delicious. And mustn't forget the potatoes. These potatoes are going to be so good with the jus of the chicken roasting on top. And there we have another simple and easy recipe. This is roasted chicken lunch, but we're having it for dinner. Thanks for watching. If you like, please click like and subscribe below, and you'll be notified of new videos. Bon appetit!